Hey YouTube, thank you guys again for tuning back into my channel. It's your girl, I am Sade, and I'm back again with another video. So in this video, I just kind of want to discuss anxiety a little bit and how a lot of people really struggle with anxiety. They don't really know that they're struggling with anxiety. So I do have some tips and tricks to relieve your anxiety, okay? But side note, before I even get started talking about all of that, I just wanted to apologize for my absence. I haven't posted a video in 2 weeks. I know I promised you guys that I was going to be more consistent and post every Fridays. However, my mom got married this past weekend, so I think the excitement of it all and planning the wedding just kind of took over my life for a moment. So that is over with. I'm very happy for her. She was a beautiful bride. So congratulations, mommy. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say in regards to that. But moving forward, I just kind of wanted to discuss some tips on how to relieve anxiety. The more and more that I have conversations with people, the more I realize like a lot of people suffer from anxiousness and they don't even know it. They don't even realize that they are suffering from anxiety. I have always been extremely anxious, never knew it until maybe about 2 years ago. I learned that after going to therapy that I had anxiety, and it was more so certain things gave me anxiety. Obviously the fear is like one of the number one things that gives people anxiety, the fear of the unknown. Usually controlling people have anxiety, and it's not a bad thing. It just means that you just have a hard time basically compartmentalizing things and stressing about pretty much things you can't really control. That's what it's been like for me. A lot of worrisome energy. So there's a few things that I've incorporated into my life to help relieve my anxiety, and they have worked tremendously. I wasn't a really bad anxious person, but I definitely suffered from it at times, and it was hard. It's an uncomfortable situation. It's very tiring. So yeah, by doing these things, it definitely taught me how to control my anxiety a lot more, how to learn my triggers, how to just kind of put a halt to it when I feel it, that anxiousness coming up onto me. So I just have like 10 tips per usual, 10 tips on how to relieve your anxiety, okay? Without medicinal options. So the first thing I would say is you want to stay active. Now, I am not the best at staying active. I can give you guys a bunch of excuses, but the truth is, it's just that I just don't really like the gym. But there was a point in time where I had dedicated myself to going to the gym daily, every morning. And not only did I notice a change in my energy levels, but it definitely had me feeling a lot more carefree, a lot more loose. The days just kind of flew by. They were really pleasant. I ate well, I slept well. And it was just kind of easier for me to focus on the important things and prioritize my day, because I actually had to prioritize my day. Like, because I knew I had to be at the gym at 6 in the morning. I had to take a shower, go to work after. And so it was kind of like I was on a regimen, and along with the exercise and the endurance that it was giving me and helped me relieve of my anxiety. Okay, so exercising is a good thing to do if you're feeling really anxious. The second thing is to stay away from alcohol, right? Alcohol, for some people, marijuana. Not everybody, I'm not saying everybody, but for some people, marijuana is sort of a depressant for them, especially depending on the type of strand that you're smoking. So, marijuana, but alcohol for sure is known as a depressant. And for me, I'm just speaking from my experience, drinking a lot just throws off my whole situation. The bounce back is not real after 21, okay? The bounce back is very hard. So, I noticed a lot of the times I will go out partying the night before, and then the next day I was just completely dead to the world. I could not get myself together. And it wasn't even like I necessarily had to drink myself like into a hole or anything like that. It was just a night of dancing, drinking, and all of that was just so hard on my body that it was hard for me to recuperate. And then I started to notice when I had to do things, it made me very anxious because I didn't have the energy, and I didn't really have the willpower to get things done, which kind of caused a delay in my, handling my priorities, which then made me anxious. Okay, so keep that in mind. Extracurricular activities that kind of put you out the loop. Try to lay low on that if you are an anxious type of person. The third thing is limit caffeine. Okay, so I used to be a heavy caffeine drinker. I drank maybe like 2 cups a day. And I literally mean not like 2 cups of coffee a day, maybe 1 cup of coffee and then like a soda or a Red Bull or something like that when I used to drink energy drinks a lot. And I noticed it would keep me up all night, all day, to the point like where I felt like I couldn't rest. And then, of course, I would crash and wake up feeling just like not rested, feeling overwhelmed with priorities. Especially being a mom, a single mom at that, your child needs you whenever she needs you. And sometimes when you crash, you can't get it together as fast as you need to. That can make you anxious. So I would say just limit the caffeine to a minimum. If you can, try to drink teas. Teas are really good for if you need just something to wake you up. Things like that. Try to drink like a decaffeinated tea or something like that. Or do like a little exercise. If you use coffee to get you up in the morning, I learned that doing like 10 push-ups will wake your ass up, okay? Or a cold shower. So, yeah, just try to limit the coffee to a minimum, or the caffeine in general. Next thing, make sleep a priority. So thanks to iPhone and Apple, I was able to set a timer on my phone to let me know when it's time for me to go to bed. Being that I work a 9 to 5, I wake up at 6 every morning, and I don't get home till 6 at night. So my days are extremely long, and yeah, you have to find time to sleep. Sleep is so crucial. People don't realize like how important it is to rest. Like, okay, you think about it like this. Our cell phones need to charge, right? Our cell phones barely last us the day, right? When we're on Instagram all the time, we're on Facebook, we're working our phone, we're texting, we're playing games, you have to look at your body in the same manner. You are constantly moving since the crack of dawn. You're on the go. Sleep is so important. You have to give yourself that time to reset and recharge. And just kind of let your mind rest, because that is the thing. Like, an overactive mind can cause anxiety, can cause depression, overthinking, things like that. Like, too much stress on the body can really cause other issues. So get some sleep, guys. It's important. So definitely getting my rest, going to bed at a certain time. I may be called a granny or what have you, but guess what? I get my beauty rest. Okay, so we are on tip number 5, I believe. Yeah, tip number 5. So this is my favorite one, meditating. I've been trying to tell y'all about this forever. Meditating has probably been my number one reliever of my anxiety. Honestly, I haven't been feeling, there's moments where I feel anxious, and it's because I haven't meditated. And that's that on that. Even if you need 5 minutes, however many minutes you can get it in while you can. You guys have to understand, you have to make time for self-care. It's important. And I'm not saying you have to like go out your way to go to the spa, to do a facial, to go to the nail salon. No. If it means simply sitting in your closet, laying on the floor, eating a cookie, then do that. But time to yourself and meditation is so important. When I meditate, I literally think about, like, it's like my mind goes a million miles a minute, and then all of a sudden it comes to a halt. And everything just kind of goes, the thoughts just kind of go where they need to go. Whether it's a worry thought, then throw that shit out. If it's a thought of, oh, you need to handle this responsibility, then it'll be on my forefront of my mind. If it's something that is making me anxious, but it doesn't necessarily need to happen till months later, then I put it in the back of my mind. It's kind of like your way of organizing your mind, and just kind of prioritizing things that you really should be focusing on. So meditation is so important, guys. It is really important. Eat fresh foods, fresh fruits, living foods. You know, if you can, remove meat, dairy from your diet, junk food, processed foods. Those type of foods make you feel sluggish. You can't think straight. You just cannot think straight if you're eating junk all day long. It's just impossible. So try to have a healthy diet, guys. Next tip is breathing. You have to breathe. Stop and breathe. Okay, just breathe a little bit. And I'm not talking about like no fake breath. Like, I'm saying, get it from in here and then release. I promise you'll feel better. Deep breathing always works. The last tip is journaling, guys. Journaling is amazing. I'm so mad that I haven't been doing it sooner. Journaling is just a form of therapy for me. I am an advocate for journaling. Listen, if you got to do it on your cell phone, get you a nice notebook, whatever you have to do, whenever you're feeling extremely anxious, journal it out, baby. I promise you'll feel so much better. And then you'll be able to look back and read over what you wrote, and it's just kind of like it puts everything in perspective, and then you realize you're worrying for nothing. It's okay, baby. Journal, okay? But that is pretty much all I have for today. Those are some tips that I know will help somebody out, because they've helped me out tremendously. Like I said, I don't do them all, but I do majority of them. And boy, has it changed my life. I am so appreciative for this knowledge. Because, you know, some people are asleep and they are worrying themselves to death. Stress kills. Okay. So try to relieve your anxiety in a holistic way. Don't go to Xanax. Don't try to, you know, take prescription drugs, like, or even try to say, oh, I need weed to make me feel better. Weed really, like, okay, there's other ways other than using substances. So let's get on the holistic approach of relieving our anxiety. And guys, that is all I have for today. Thank you guys again. Bye.